Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Santa Monica Airport proponents are urged to send letters. Aspen Avionics makes conversion to ADS-B simple. The NBAA is digging in its heels on ATC privatization. I'm Bree Cross. It is June 30th, 2015, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Supporters of the Santa Monica, California airport have established an online campaign urging those concerned about a meeting between the City of Santa Monica and the FAA scheduled for July 8th to get involved by contacting members of the local congressional delegation. The Santa Monica Airport Association has established a presence on the website One Click Politics with a form letter that will be sent automatically to the correct representative. According to the website, in a letter to the City of Santa Monica, 2 congressional representatives have endorsed a 7-point plan developed by airport foes that would effectively shut down Santa Monica Airport. These representatives have arranged the July 8th meeting between the Santa Monica mayor and a representative of the FAA in Washington, D.C. It is hoped that the letter campaign will place political pressure on the 2 representatives involved in this latest effort to close the airport. It appears that Aspen Avionics is targeting the market of people who already have an avionics system that they like, but simply want to upgrade for ADS-B operation. Now the Aspen ATX 100 ADS-B transceiver interfaces with the Garmin GNS 430W and 530W series of GPS navigators. Aspen's Mark Ferrari said, quote, "Aspen designs products to work with what aircraft owners already have in their panels. This newly approved interface allows aircraft owners to use their existing GPS source from Garmin's GNS 430W and 530W navigators and eliminates the need to install a costly antenna system, saving time and money," end quote. Aspen's ATX 100 is now available through the network of Aspen Avionics and authorized dealers. After the break, the NBAA calls on members to make their voices heard.
Now certified, Aspen Avionics single-band ADS-B, ATX 100, and ATX 100G transceivers are the next-gen ADS-B solution that provides the features pilots need while keeping flyaway costs low. Check it out now at aspenavionics.com.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
AML's patent-pending wireless induction charging system eliminates confusion over those charging cables, cuts down cockpit cable clutter, and allows you and your passengers to fly cordless and eliminate the cable nightmare. www.aviationmodificationleaders.com.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website, or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. It appears Congress is moving closer to proposing privatizing the air traffic control system and charging user fees. It's not surprising that general aviation users are digging in and forming a line of defense. The NBAA is calling on its more than 10,000 member companies to make their voices heard in strong opposition to any legislative proposal that would strip congressional oversight of the nation's air traffic control network in favor of a private entity funded through user fees. NBAA President and CEO Ed Bolin wrote in part, quote, "The potentially dire consequences from such actions cannot be overstated. Without Congress to ensure that our nation's air traffic system safeguards the aviation needs of the entire public, including the people and companies that rely on general aviation in small and mid-sized towns, such sweeping authority would instead be granted to a group of self-interested parties." Bolin added, "Our industry cannot be silent or complacent against these threats. We must once again make our united voice of opposition heard on this issue," end quote. Every Tuesday, we're going to look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe. Here is this week's Aero-Calendar. Independence Day weekend is approaching, and here are some of the events taking place to help celebrate the day that our country said enough is enough. Our first 4th of July event takes place in Sudbury, Massachusetts, and it's called the Charles River RC July 4th Demonstration. It's being held at Davis Field and features the Charles River RC Club in action. There will be public demonstrations of RC gliders and electric planes, helicopters, and multi-rotors. The kids will get a chance to fly an RC airplane with the help of a buddy box. Our next 4th of July celebration stop is in Mount Vernon, Illinois at the Mount Vernon Outland Airport, where EAA's Boeing B-17 will show up for display and provide rides. Visiting with this classic World War II airplane is the perfect way to recognize and say thanks to our World War II heroes. In Battle Creek, Michigan, the 4th of July celebration weekend features the Battle Creek Field of Flight Air Show and Balloon Festival. They'll have an air show featuring the appearance of the F-22 Raptor, hot air balloons, a carnival, vendors, center stage entertainment, and so much more. We leave Battle Creek and head to Traverse City, Michigan for the USAF Thunderbirds at the National Cherry Festival. The festival air show is featuring the Thunderbirds, and there will be other performers as well. The two-day event runs both on the 4th and 5th of July. After these messages, a new pilot's testing system is ready to launch.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
The KSN 770 is an affordable, WAS-enabled integrated MFD with a flexible hybrid user interface from Bendix King. Get your fingers on the 770's perfect blend of touchscreen and hard buttons. Easily control your GPS navigation, Navcom, weather, traffic, and terrain in any condition. For more information, go to bendixking.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. The FAA is beginning to plan its transition to the new Airman Certification Standards Framework for certification of pilots. They will start with a private pilot airplane, commercial pilot airplane, and instrument rating airplane. The new Spaceport America Experience Tour is open for visitors at the new Spaceport America Visitor Center, located in the City of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. The tour is packed with exciting educational and interactive space exhibits. The Coast Guard is warning the public that pointing handheld lasers at the Coast Guard boats and air crews is dangerous and illegal. Pointing a laser at an aircraft or a vessel is a federal crime that can carry a stiff penalty. Boeing has delivered the 28th C-17 Globemaster III Aircrew Training Simulator to the U.S. Air Force. This 28th and final aircrew simulator has been delivered at Shepherd Airfield National Guard Base in Martinsburg, West Virginia. The Victoria Flying Club, located at the Victoria International Airport, has unveiled the world's first full-motion seaplane training device. This unique simulator was created by modifying a Redbird FMX simulator. The full-motion simulator includes water handling capabilities. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. Part of the reason for skydiving safety is the extraordinary reliability of the equipment used by skydivers. For the sake of safety, a product service bulletin has been issued for Spectra reserve ripcords used on reserve parachutes. Reserve parachutes, while seldom used, are a critically important part of skydiving gear. The reserve chute requires that the skydiver pull a ripcord, which is actually a cable attached to a panel on the parachute bag that opens when it is pulled. The issue that has appeared with the Spectra reserve ripcords is a concern that the amount of pull needed exceeds what is considered normal. The Product Service Bulletin provides details for identifying the affected ripcords that are being replaced free by the manufacturer. The Bulletin also provides a temporary fix. A link to a video is included in the Bulletin that clearly explains how to perform the temporary fix. It is reported in the Bulletin that no actual failures of the ripcord have occurred. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily, Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.